Hey everybody, welcome to Neil Talks. My name's Neil, and it's time to talk person of interest. And we're finally right here. I want to say, it almost feels weird saying finally because this is only the penultimate episode of season one, and yet I, I, I have a funny feeling, and maybe I'm way off here, that this is almost like a two-parter. I know they're named separately. I don't think they aired together or anything, but I feel like this will be the setup for the finale and it'll all sort of play as one. I may be totally wrong. Who knows? Maybe this is just a person of the week. I don't think that's the case, though. Last episode, it, one of the things that surprises me about this show in a good way is we've had these season long story arcs that traditionally probably wouldn't get tied up until that ultimate final episode next week. But we're wrapping things up already, or at least putting things away until season two. We caught Elias, put him in prison a handful of episodes ago. We tied up the whole Jessica storyline last episode. Unfortunately, she's passed. This explains John's turbulent last year and a half. Are we going to put other storylines to bed now, or are these final two episodes going to be all about the CIA, about Snow trying to bring John in, about the FBI got introduced a handful of episodes ago as well. They're certainly going to be playing their part. John's old partner, we now know she's alive and in New York. I feel like all of this is coming to a head. We parked HR to the side. It feels Elias will be coming back. That's practically guaranteed, but I don't think that's happening until season two. But how does this CIA storyline wrap itself up in two episodes? Because you can't just make the CIA go away. And you can't just fake your own death and make them leave. We tried that already, and that didn't stop Snow the first time. He's not going to believe it the second time unless he's looking at Reese's corpse. So, yeah, I'm curious. I do not know how this... I can't envision how this season ends, which I like. But the episodes have definitely been ramping up. They've become way less formulaic, way less by the numbers, so to speak, which is a show all about numbers. But yeah, it's become more unpredictable. It's become more of a drama and less of a procedural, and yet it's very compelling, is my point. I'm eager to jump into this episode, guys. I hope you are too. This is episode 22 of season 1, and it's called No Good Deed.
Victim or perpetrator, if your number's up, we'll find you.
Was that our Wall Street guy in the credit being put into a squad car? Or is that my face blindness again? 2009, The Machine. Nathan.
Thought you would have turned this thing off by now.
We turn it over tomorrow. I'm keeping it online as long as possible.
Honestly, I'll be glad to be rid of the thing.
This thing has already saved countless lives.
Countless relevant lives.
We had to draw the line somewhere.
Everyone is relevant to someone. You would know that if you had anyone in your life you cared about.
Ooh. Jeez. Nathan.
Who says I haven't?
If you had found someone, I would never hear the end of it.
Reese tailing Finch.
You ready to bust some dirty cops?
Simmons wants me to meet the HR brass next week.
Oh, we are getting into HR again. Dirty, dirty, dirty. So little trust amongst our heroes.
Finch?
We need to meet Mr. Reese.
We've just received another number.
Oh, that's how you get the number. He gets a page and then a payphone call? It didn't sound like he was hearing a number.
You haven't flagged Carlson, sir?
Henry Peck, 33 years old, never married, a chartered financial analyst.
Well, they can't all be babies and mafia dons.
It's time I knew how the machine communicates with you.
Why?
Wouldn't you want me to keep doing this if something ever happened to you?
Crime and
If something
punishment.
ever happens, I have a
Contingencies.
contingency.
Well, sooner or later, you're gonna need to let the cat out of the bag, Finch.
Curiosity kills cats, Mr. Reese.
Alicia, it's Henry Peck. Listen, I really need to talk to you, so please just give me a call and we'll find a place to meet, okay?
So who's Alicia? I have a meeting with...
Thomas Brewster, CFA.
I don't have any record of that meeting. Perhaps you should reschedule.
Did she just go for a gun?
This isn't a financial firm, it's a skiff. Peck's no financial analyst either. He's a
It's a-
knock.
Government front?
So how do we spy on a spy?
Thank you to Mission Impossible for letting us know what knocks are.
Hassan is a major player funding terror throughout the Middle East, and if he's calling New York, we need to pay.
That's why they're in a telecom building that can jack into the feeds.
So is
It's
this
an NSA listening.
NSA? Okay.
I guess we better listen.
Not everyone is a social butterfly, Mr. Reese. For some of us, human interaction is difficult.
Yep, it's true.
Calling it human interaction might help.
Don't make fun of the introverts, Reese.
Your landlord called with a complaint. You mind if we have a look around, Mr. Peck?
Well, what's this about?
Adderall. Felony weight.
What? No, that's not mine.
Well, Finch, I think Peck's life just got a little
Yeah,
more
so
interesting.
that's a setup.
There's another bug. Someone else is listening.
Root? Is Root involved again? This feels like Root. Oh,
Man, I think I got eyes on him.
no, I don't know. Whenever somebody out texts Finch, I assume it's Root now. Who's this guy? Russian? And he's gone. Check the back of the truck, you goof.
You ever buy 20 copies of the same magazine, Carter?
What?
Never mind.
Okay, that's the magazine he bought just before he heard from the machine.
He fought to get a speeding ticket off his record.
It was the principle of the thing.
Gotta love a man who doesn't know when to quit.
Someone's targeting Peck. We need to figure out why.
This feels like just a
Henry,
person of the week, so it's
We know
gonna.
about the arrest. As of this moment, you can't work for the NSA.
Peck's being forced out.
I don't know about you, Mr. Reese, but I'd very much like to know why.
The NSA's compromised, would be my first thought.
Please, I just need to speak to Ted Gibbons. Hello?
Deputy Director of the
Yeah.
NSA.
Whatever Peck's into, it's big.
Someone is destroying Peck's life for asking questions. About what?
What the hell?
Mr. Reese, is everything all right? That doesn't know.
Does the NSA have field agents? Okay, this guy just handled Reese. Dang.
Someone in Washington wants him dead.
Then we need to protect him, Mr. Reese.
His name was in your report.
But I didn't put it there. Someone slipped this name into my report, and that one name was the key to stopping a major terrorist attack. All I did was ask questions.
Don't ever call me again.
Did Finch put... Who put this name Carlson into this guy's report?
I know what he's been asking questions about.
Did he just make them?
They want him dead because of me.
Finch put his name in there, yeah.
Henry Peck doesn't know it, but he's been asking about the machine.
Oh. Huh.
Something wrong, Alicia?
You mean other than being a part of an ongoing conspiracy to spy on millions of Americans?
Yes, but it's all for a good cause.
You're NSA, you don't feel bad, Alicia.
The facility is designed to the specifications you gave us. And it's discreet where we're putting it. No one's gonna go looking.
Okay. Where's the machine?
8 people in the world know it exists. We need to keep it that way.
8.
7 people, unless you told someone.
Oh, he included Finch.
Come on, Alicia, you know I'm terrible at math.
I'll be happier when this thing is settled and I can go back to my day job.
And what's that exactly?
Classified.
Did the NSA take
You can buy me that drink now.
Nathan out?
Is everything okay?
The situation has been resolved. We're fine now, Detective. Thank you.
Go away, Carter. He's got it, like,
asks about your machine. Something you want to tell me, Finch?
he's
As with
made
all
them
computer
already.
systems, strictly speaking, the machine is not legal. I always knew that certain measures would be taken to protect it, but
Yeah, he's already made you guys.
Is this Peck? Alicia Corwin?
Corwin. That's the Alicia he's trying
That's
to
the Alicia. I didn't put two and two together.
Can we meet?
No.
Please, I just want to know what's going on. I just want my life back.
Sibilance.
Okay.
Sibilance. So far, we have 5 governmental agencies involved in this show, and I kind of love it. NSA, CIA, FBI, U.S. Marshals. Why did I say 5?
Stop him, Mr. Reese. I'm learning
Well,
more about the machine,
military,
about
obviously.
sibilance, whatever that is.
Sibilance, what is...
Anybody he talks to can wind up dead. And everything that Peck uncovers makes it that much more impossible for us to save his life. Whatever we do to save Peck, it must be without him knowing that we exist. Mr. Reese, are you even listening?
He just gave us the slip.
Yeah.
He has assistants.
Who?
Unknown. One of ours, I think, or at least he used to be.
Get it done.
Was that Ted? I don't think that was... Decker North and Associates, DNA. I'm not sure if that means anything, but it's fun.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but if I take those reports, he's gonna know I exist.
I recognize this is a challenging situation, but you have to avoid direct contact.
Whoa!
It's a 3-man team.
2.5.
Oh.
Relax, pal. As soon as I read you your rights, you can tell us everything.
Finch, you're not gonna like this.
Point-to-point transit will take 10 days.
Hope nothing goes wrong in the rest of the world in 10 days.
Where's it going?
Do we have a contingency? And what do we do if the government decides to abuse this thing?
That it cannot be abused. It cannot even be accessed.
We need an off switch, a back door. And this is our last chance to build one.
The tiniest crack becomes a flood. If we build a back door into this machine and someone else finds out about it, that would be
Yeah.
very bad. We need to trust the machine, exactly as we built it.
Trust the machine. Huh.
In each case, a single name gets added to what I wrote, and each time that name turns out to be the key to stopping a major terrorist attack. The only way to be that accurate is with illegal surveillance.
Okay, so those are
on a
relevant
massive
cases.
scale.
So this isn't stuff Finch and Reese have been doing.
Someone is sneaking just as much data out as the NSA is taking in.
Oh my God, they actually built it.
Okay, you want a soda or something?
It's Fusco.
Gets arrested yesterday for drugs. Tonight he throws a bottle at a cop. This guy's out of his mind.
Who are you?
Oh, that was him stealing the phone.
All Henry Peck did was ask questions. He deserves a normal life. And if we have any hope of giving it to him, we have to destroy all that evidence and stop him from getting any more.
Yes, my name is Henry Peck. I'm an analyst with
Who'd you just call?
the Office of Special Counsel.
Oh, I really wish you hadn't let him do that, Mr. Reese.
I have to tell someone!
The people you called aren't who you think they are. There's no one to tell.
Okay. Reese is actually taken out. For a moment, at least. No. No, never mind.
Do you know why you were ordered to kill him?
Never has.
Peck, let's get you out of
Where's Peck? Peck's gone.
He's not gonna give up. And neither are the people who know about the machine.
Oh, what are you about to do, Nathan? Are you putting in a back door? Creating a contingency.
He's meeting a reporter tomorrow. I want you to silence them both.
Is he the reporter?
You're not the reporter.
No.
No, I'm not. It exists. And it's watching us right now. Now stop asking the question. Where is it?
Stop
How
asking.
does it work? I mean, the servers alone would be a city.
I know how you feel. But believe me, Mr. Peck, this is a mystery you do not want to solve. Clean passport, plane tickets, the bank card to a well-funded account in your new name. Go and live your life. And if you really need a mystery,
Agatha Christie.
I recommend The Human Heart.
How do you know all this?
Don't answer that question.
Because I built it.
Oh. Wow.
A bunch of paper burned up in that cab. All we could make out was this.
Oh. Smidge of evidence. Sibilance. The one word that survives is sibilance. Come on. She so doesn't trust Fusco. Can we turn them on to each other, please?
We got 3 days to prepare. Now, we're gonna do this or not?
We'll be ready.
Like you'll ever be done spying on Mr. Glasses.
Oh. Yeah, that matches. This is the coffee place every morning. The Burrows, that's the magazine he buys. Why does he take a stack of them, though?
Can I help you?
Detective Stills. You a collector?
They send me extras when it's one of mine.
You draw the covers.
Yeah, a bit old-fashioned, I know. Everything's going digital. Guess I have a guardian angel.
Oh. She's... Yeah.
That's, Harold, my fiancé.
Oh. He's dead.
A nice guy.
Yeah, there was this man eating an ice cream cone in January.
Why are you opening up to a random
He
cop?
smiled at me.
Does he live here with you?
No, he doesn't. He used to.
He died. This is what he's
I
given up.
lost him 2 years ago.
He's still looking out for her, though.
I built an app that alerts me if I ever get within 100 meters of him. I've never regretted building the machine. I didn't fully realize the personal cost. Simply being near me was putting her life in danger.
Oh. We're going to going back a day? Oh, interesting.
Go live your life.
Who's watching them? This is a different POV.
I recommend The Human Heart. How do you know all this? Because I built it.
Mm. Alicia now knows about Finch.
Stay tuned for scenes from our next episode.
Oh. This thing's so huge. Forget the CIA. The NSA's frightening. So the machine was shipped off somewhere. We don't even know if it's still in the US, although you have to imagine it is. But it's 10 days travel time out of New York by train. And whatever other mode of transport. It was on the back of a train going through Des Moines, though. Like, it could be anywhere in the world. Pretty much. And 7, no 8 people know about it. No 9 because we told this random NSA agent who asked too many questions about it. But Alicia was nervous because she probably doesn't trust her own government to do the right thing with something this powerful. And Nathan was nervous because there wasn't a failsafe, there wasn't a contingency. And so he put in a back door. But Harold knows that any crack becomes a flood. And if the wrong person finds that crack, then heaven help us all. And I don't know whether that's happened or not, but we know that that back door exists. And we see this. I don't think the guy we saw in Washington, and we knew we were in Washington because we had to make sure the Washington Monument was in the background every time we showed him. The guy giving the orders to these 3-man hit squads. Is that the deputy director? I don't think that's the deputy director of the NSA that we met earlier this season. Ted. But, this show is different now. This is not a Person of the Week show. This is a the conspiracy goes so high up show. And yet almost nobody knows about the machine. But the lengths the government is willing to go to cover it up, because it is illegal, because it is spying on American citizens. Even if it is spying on them for all the best intentions, it's still illegal. So it sounds like for relevant cases, what it's doing is the machine has its own process. I don't even know if it involves human hands or not, but it ends up, these names, these terrorist names, end up going on to NSA reports, like our guy this episode, where it happened 6 times, and that turns into a relevant arrest. But it's all the irrelevant numbers that go to Finch. But his process, he got a page, he went to a payphone, and it sounded like he heard the same noise we hear in the opening credits and during all the transitions. Just layer upon layer upon layer of surveillance audio. And somehow out of that, Harold gets a number. And the number gives us our person of the week. But interesting, like, what it feels to me like is in 2009, the flashbacks we were getting in this episode with Finch and Nathan, they were kind of saying goodbye to it. They were turning it over to the government. There was not going to be any backdoor. They wish they could have done more with it. They felt like they weren't doing anything with all these irrelevant numbers. So is Finch the one exploiting the backdoor that Nathan put in there? It's now kind of clear that Finch faked his own death. There was an accident 2 years ago to protect his fiancée, who he's eliminated all contact with, to protect her. It's something that I hadn't even considered up to this episode, that Finch had a personal life, that he had somebody else. But he had 4 years of happiness, which means in those flashbacks when he's talking to Nathan, he says, maybe I have found somebody. Turns out he had. And that they'd been together for 2 or 3 years at that point. And Nathan didn't have a clue. We certainly know Finch is a secretive person. This is just further evidence to that point. I like that Finch and Reese are getting to know each other better, and not just know each other now. Clearly they trust one another, but they're learning about each other more, and they're learning about each other's past more. And last episode, it was revealed that Finch already knew about Reese and Jessica and what went down in New Rochelle a little more than a year ago. And now in this episode, Reese finally learns more about Finch. And Finch doesn't try to hide it at the end. I like that they're just having a conversation about it at the end. There's no point hiding it. There's no point covering it up or lying about it. It's just, I had somebody and I had to give them up because of the machine. These are men that have sacrificed the women they love for what they think is the right thing to do. Reese did it back when he joined the CIA. Finch did it when he realized how dangerous knowing about the machine was. But the reveal at the end of this episode is the really interesting one, because it shows Alicia learning that Finch made the machine. Alicia has been was following, blanking on his name, but our agent of the week. Alicia was following him in New York. He wanted to reach out to her. He wanted to meet in person, but no. She's just laying super low. We know how paranoid, cautious she is. She lives in the only place in the U.S. without cell or Wi-Fi access because of this giant radio tower, apparently. It's a real place. Thanks to those of you who pointed that out to me. That's really cool. Good research on the writer's part. Not just made up. Because, Nathan slipped up in 2009 and told Alicia that 8 people know about it, when in fact it's 7. Because he included Harold, who had that layer of protection from the NSA. But now she knows. But she doesn't seem to be attached to the NSA anymore. She seems to have gone her own way and gone off the grid, and I'm not willing to call her a good guy just yet, but I don't think she's a bad guy either. Just don't know what kind of role she plays in this game yet, but she's concerned enough to be back on the grid, well, at least be back in New York, and she's actively tailing this guy that has hit squads after him, and now she knows about Finch. It's going to be a doozy of a finale. I can feel that already. It's ramping up, but I still don't know where it goes from here. It's feeling less and less like a season finale that's going to like tie up a major storyline, and it feels much more like a finale which will have a massive reveal, get us psyched for season 2. Well, I'm already psyched for season 2, don't get me wrong, but I think it's going to be one of those reveals that kind of, that changes everything. Kind of like the ones we get on Lost. It feels so much bigger, it feels so different a show from where we started 20 episodes ago. And then I cannot wait to see where it goes from here. I love this level of intrigue. I love how many government agencies are involved and how the government is not this monolithic presence in this show. There's such a level of complexity, and I feel like we're just getting a glimpse at what that complexity may be. I'm intrigued. I cannot wait for next week. Thank you guys so much for spending a little bit of time here today on Neil Talks with me. Thank you for doing all the fun algorithm things. And until next week, everybody, take care, stay healthy, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.